Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm Nick Bonner for treestuff.com. We've got Mark Chisholm, the boss of the tree care industry, and Aspen here. How are you, Mark?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Man, I'm floored that you're here. Every time I talk to you, it's still a little kind of fan like for me. You're
Get over it, Nick. I'm not that impressive.
you're larger than life, and it's cool to have you here to kick it off. This is a big thing. This is our first time this year that we
Cool.
are giving away free orders, and this has become kind of part of the Tree Stuff DNA at this point, the free orders. But recently, the last couple times we've done this, we've asked customers, Mark, to choose between a discount or a chance at a free order. And this time we're taking the choice out of it. We're giving people a discount and a chance at a free order. So
What?
yeah,
I
exactly.
want in.
So if you use the code, you get 5% off your whole purchase, which is healthy, right? Nice discount. You know, we've got tons of stuff in stock, and automatically that order is entered for a 1 in 10 chance at a free order, which is like
Awesome.
every 10th person that uses it gets one.
Yeah. I mean, you probably know how much stuff I buy through you guys for all our guys. It's like tens of thousands of dollars every year.
Right.
So I could use the discount.
Yeah. So somebody today, spoiler, we have a big winner today. We already picked them right before the show here. Somebody won $1,000, and we're going to call them live,
Nice.
and they're going to get all their stuff plus the $1,000 that they spent back.
Sweet.
Which is, yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's great, man. Beers on him, whoever he is. Thank you.
Real quick, before we make our first call today, we know who you are, right? You're Mark Chisholm. You're the Cask Teufelberger Steel athlete. You're 3-time world champion, 22-time New Jersey, 21-time New Jersey champion, and I think you're arguably the most winningest tree climber in competitive tree climbing history.
Depends on how you look at it, honestly, Nick. You can look at it
nice
one way. You could say, yeah, you've won a lot of events and all this and all that, but I've lost more than anybody else too, because you know, I've been at the World Championships. I think I competed 24 times at the Worlds, and I only won it 3 times.
Only 3. You also manage Aspen Tree Service, which is a family-run business. You're third generation or second?
I'm third, yes.
Third generation.
Aspen Tree is 2 generations. Well, we just added a 3rd generation. My brother's daughter, my niece, is now working on as an administrator here as well. She's doing fantastic, by the way. But yeah, so Autumn is our 3rd generation of Aspen employee, but I'm a 3rd generation arborist, as my grandfather started my father in the business, but just never was. My father started Aspen Tree in '76.
Wow, that's cool. So, so one of the things that I wanted to ask you is what's happening? What did you see kind of in 2021? What are the trends in New Jersey and nationally?
Yeah,
talk to us a little.
It was kind of a wild year, wasn't it? When
2020, we thought it was going to be easy, and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and even 2020 and 2021 to me were very similar. You know, a lot of people were saying, you know, the floor is going to fall out from under us, and you better batten down the hatches and save some cash. We're going to need it, and blah blah blah. And we all bought into it in the beginning, and we started having managers meetings during the pandemic, saying, "All right, what are we going to do? What do we have to do? Come up with our plan B, so to speak." And turns out we didn't need a plan B. Our plan B was, how do we find more help? Because we were busier than ever the last 2 years, honestly. And in part of our planning in 2021, we decided to add a service, because we do plant healthcare as well. And we said a lot of our customers were asking us to get in to treat their turf and keep their turf green, because they're like, you do a great job with our plants and trees. We'd love to deal with you more. Would you do turf? And we put it off for years and years. And then this year, a couple of guys that we brought on over the last couple of years said, yeah, we could do that. And, you know, let's just do a test run. So we picked a small radius and offered it to just about 50 or so current clients. And we got referrals like you wouldn't believe. So we went from 50 clients in 2020 to over 150 in 2021. without any extra advertising really. And now we went to just over 600 clients in this year. So that's 3 years we've been going pretty big on that.
Wow. What a massive expansion into turf.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
that business
the
coming from,
lesson.
Mark? Are you creating new turf customers, or are you putting somebody else out of business?
Honestly, I don't know if we're creating a lot of new turf customers. Maybe. I think we're taking some market share from some of the people that maybe aren't doing it as well here. They're not happy. I mean, I was one of those people, honestly. I used to use a national company, and I didn't get the results. I was fine with the service. I liked the way they did business with me, but I didn't like what I looked at when I stepped out on the lawn. It didn't look that good for what I was getting. And I said, I got to find someone else. And so that really helped me motivate our guys to say, hey, let's do it now, because I think there's a lot of people like me that just aren't happy with what they're seeing and what they're getting for their dollar. So we said, let's do it the Aspen way and give them the best service we can and see where it goes. And the surprise to me isn't that we were doing good with it, because I feel like the team is really always capable for the challenge. But I find it was it's kind of a sketchy time to say, hey, let's branch out when the pandemic's here. But nobody would really know that people really want to take care of their properties more now than ever, because they're there all the time, working from home. They need a retreat outside, and they want it to look beautiful.
Olympic track runners across the world are worried because they just heard that Mark Chisholm got into turf, and they're worried that you might start running foot races, Mark.
No, not happening. I don't chase anything unless it stole something from me, to be honest with you.
Listen, Cale, can we crack together some screen graphics for the promo, and let's go ahead and let's call our first person. We just turned this on last night, Mark. So not a bunch of people really had an opportunity, but we do have quite a few winners already. Six people to call today. And I want to get our first one done. This is Bobby L, and Bobby won
$226.
$226. Yeah, that's right. Give me just a second here. His phone number's not in the right column there, Kel. Bobby didn't leave his phone number in the right place, Kel. We may have to move to Evan. Let me just check one last thing here. I got it. All right, 717. All right, we're going to give Bobby a call. We're going to let him know. Free order.
Hello?
Hi, Bobby.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Nick Bonner from treestuff.com. Mark Chisholm, 3-time world tree climbing champion, and Cale, who is the intergalactic liaison for Tree Stuff, are all on the phone right now. You're actually on our live show. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You placed an order yesterday. You spent $226.56, including tax. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to give you all that money back, Bobby, and you're going to get all your stuff for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, you used the coupon code Save and Win. And you were one of 10 orders, and every 10th order that uses the code gets a refund. And you're like, I'm the person who never wins stuff, right?
Yeah, I was like, well, I'll just put it in. Why not?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, you're a winner. Can I get his audio up?
Thank you so much.
There it is. Yeah, I hear him good now. What's up, Bobby? It's Mark Chisholm. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Bobby, can you tell our audience a little bit about your tree service, about what you do?
Basically just for fun now. I did tree work for a few years and then got into the construction industry, but I still like to do it on the side and help people out and such.
Nice. So doing some wreck climbing and some side work?
Yeah, yep.
Sounds like me. Sounds like me. Well, listen, Bobby, you got $226 coming back at you. You're still going to get all the gear, and we are going to be doing this for 2 weeks. So all next week and this week, people have an opportunity to save 5% and have a 1 in 10 chance to get a free order. So maybe place a second order, and certainly tell your friends that you got free stuff from Tree Stuff.
I absolutely will.
All right. Hey, great. Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you so much.
Later, dude. You got to change the name of this place pretty soon there, Nick. You're going to have to start calling it freestuff.com. Keep this up.
We have given away a couple hundred free orders in the 3
sure.
years that we've been doing. Let's go ahead and just make our second call. All the phone numbers are in the right places for the rest of the people here, which is relieving. We're going to give Evan a call. Evan actually won a little bit bigger.
Nice.
$360. Mark, do you want to tell Evan?
Yeah, when did he order? Yesterday?
Yeah.
All right, this is Evan.
Evan, what's up, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sorry, you were on my Bluetooth on my helmet. I didn't realize.
Good deal.
Up.
That means you're out still making money. Evan, this is Mark Chisholm calling. I'm calling on behalf of treestuff.com. I'm with Nick Bonner and Kale, and we're just calling to let you know that you placed an order yesterday for like $360. Is that right?
Yeah.
Guess what? That's coming to you back because you just won, man. You won free gear. You got all that gear and you're getting it for free. How do you like that?
Dang. Wow. Man. Well, that made my day, man. That's awesome.
Made our day too. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, there's nothing like giving people free stuff, right? No one's mad at you for giving free stuff. Evan, tell us, do you work for someone? Do you own your tree service? What's your status?
I own Tree Wiseman Upstate in Greenville County, South Carolina.
Oh, great. How big is your service area?
We cover most of the upstate. We're pretty much a 45-minute radius around Greenville County. So we cover a little bit of ground.
Nice. How long have you been in business on your own?
4 years now. Going on 4 years.
That's great. Do you have if you could offer one piece of advice to people that are looking to go out on their own, what would that be?
Don't wait. Make the jump. It's scary, but and I held off for a little bit, but you know, it was the best decision I ever made. I'll never work for somebody else again. I love doing my own thing.
That's great. I think I just saw Mark text all of his people to stop watching.
No.
Stop watching this.
No. Listen, I'm happy for you, buddy. Evan, you do your thing. That's the more the merrier, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for your business, Evan. And, we'll be giving away free orders for the next 2 weeks. So if you know anyone, let them know, or maybe, go place a second order. Okay.
Yeah, man. Hey, and also I love all the Bonner memes. They're funny stuff, man.
We're actually not making those, but I will admit
I know.
Some of them are kind of funny, but you shouldn't, whoever is making those, you should draw the line at people's kids, right? Don't leave my kids out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a little much for me, but whatever.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I appreciate all you guys do, and thank you so much.
Yeah, you've been a great guest. Thanks, Evan.
Yes,
Later.
sir. You're a good one.
Bye. Wow, that was awesome. I would have died if you had caught, because I was a Tree Stuff customer, right? I remember I had this funny story. I was at Arbor Fest, and we were talking about how kind of like circumstances lead people to where they're at. And I competed. I was a Wesper customer, right? I bought my stuff from Wesper, and I competed in the Ohio Tree Climbing Championship, and I came in dead freaking last, like DFL. And because I was in last, I got a prize, and it was a rope wrench, and it was from Tree Stuff. And that was the pivot for me. And it occurred to me telling the story that had I come in second to last, I might still be a Wesper customer, and that would have been such a terrible fate.
It all happens for a reason, Nick. You know, you can't discredit it. Things line up the way they line up.
Got a couple other things I want to talk about. Cale is working on the screen. I want to thank Cale for all of his effort putting these together, all these broadcasts. We have a couple of pairs of new boots, Mark. I don't know, what kind of boots do you wear?
I mix it up a lot. I got R Pro, I got Scarpa, I got La Sportiva, a lot of mountaineering style, similar to the R Pro look.
Cool. Well, we've got the new R Pro Neos in, which are like a lightweight version of the R Pros. They are like really focused on speed and sensitivity, and they're super soft. And those are pretty sweet. I want people to check those out. And then the other thing that we started to stock are Loas. So we have a really high-end pair of Loa boots called the Tie Cams. And I actually wear the boot right underneath those as like my daily boot, which is the Camino, which we also have, but they haven't delivered yet, so they're not in stock. But they are really, really premium outdoor boots. And I'm not one to usually recommend footwear because people beat it up and then they get mad at you. But I think the Loa boots are really nice. I would recommend, if you're looking for a nice pair of boots, to check out those Tie Cam 2s.
Definitely will.
Another thing on my list I wanted to ask you about is the Steel 500i. What is it, and what can you tell me about it?
Well, it's a beast of a saw. It's actually my go-to for all the big stuff now. It's fuel injected, which makes it like so responsive, you know, and I think that's one of the things that all the equipment that's been coming out from Steel recently in the last couple of years to me has been like high output, low weight, better performance, less maintenance, all the things that you really want. You want to see these improvements, right? And it's amazing how much they keep delivering on these products. Like the 500i, I have 5 of them here, I think, at Aspen now, or 6 now. And it's my go-to saw for anything sizable. Like you see me cutting anything big on Instagram or anywhere else, you're going to see the 500i's in my hands because it's my go-to. And I used to run a lot of my saws with more of a smaller bar, so I get a really good power to weight ratio and get that speed for cutting. And when I started using this saw, I flipped the script. I started running a bigger bar, and then I stepped it up again because I realized, especially with the light bar that Steel offers, it's really well balanced, so you don't feel the extra weight because the saw is smaller now too, and the power it can push it. So depending on which saw we have at the moment in my hands, I run one with a 28-inch bar and one with a 32-inch bar, and I'll throw a 36 on it as well. But it's a beast.
Why is fuel injection better than a carburetor?
You know, I think there's probably a lot to it. As far as like the adjustments and all that other stuff, you know, most of the Steel products now come with Mtronic, which is like computer adjustments. It does so many times per second. It's ridiculous. It just measures everything and makes adjustments. And, but I think the thing that's cool about the fuel injected is just there's like no downtime. There's no nothing. It's just directly injecting right in. There's no carburetor, you know, there's a lot less things to kind of screw up, I guess, the mix as well. So I think it's a win across the board. But I'll tell you this, I mean, you don't have to know anything about the saw, pick it up, run it, and you're going to be sold on it. You're going to say, wow, this thing has so much like power. And it's not just like responsive as in like goes 0 to 15,000 RPMs or whatever. And like that, it also, when you got it deep in a cut, it just keeps powering through. You can't get this thing to stop cutting. You know, unless you have a chain that's not right. I haven't
bought a saw in a while, so I will admit to being a little disconnected from like buying chainsaws. But when I was hearing about 500i, the hype was that you couldn't get them. You had to bring them in from Europe. Are they available in the States now?
Yeah, you know what the problem is? It's like everything else. There's so many parts that are like back ordered from other like areas of the world from the pandemic still, like the computer chips and everything else. You know, special metal parts for all different pieces of equipment. They're all like we have, you know, thousands and thousands of saws or pieces of equipment that are like built almost just waiting on one or two parts, like sitting all over the world at all the manufacturing facilities. So I think you hear that everywhere. You want to buy something. I got a truck that's been down for 4 months. It's just a Ford, 550, and it's been down for 4 months just because it's waiting on a computer harness part. You know, it's just, that's the way it is. But the problem with getting them isn't that they're not being built quick enough. It's just they're not being completed quick enough because they're waiting on stuff. So
brake handle or the plastic that goes into the brake handle. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different things holding up the line, but I mean, like I said, I mean, if you're diligent, or like, I guess if you're kind of proactive about it, all you got to do is call your local dealers and put in your name and say, when you get one, call me, because that's all I did. And every time they got one, they get 3 or 4. They if there's no one waiting for them, they're going to sell them to you because you're ready for it right now as soon as they get it. So I put my name on the list, and I said, when you get more in and no one's waiting on them, call me, because I got more crews that want them. You know, so yeah, that's how it went.
We did a lot of work last year on our supply chain and on messaging around it, and trying to ensure that people, one, when things were back ordered, had a better idea of when they were coming, and then a lot of tweaks to the website to force it to show in-stock products first, and to help provide more sorting tools for customers to find in-stock items.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff seems like, oh, let's just do that. But it's considerably more difficult than you might think to get it to work with all the logic and connecting to the inventory. And so we put a lot of time and investment into making, hopefully, the Tree Stuff site more usable, and the after purchase process and experience better for customers. So let's keep calling people. We've got $1,000 winner today. I want to not take all of Mark's afternoon. But we're giving away every 10th order with the coupon code SAVEANDWIN. You get your order completely free, and no matter what, you get 5% off. So if you don't win, you're still getting a discount. You're still getting the stuff you ordered at less than retail. But if you do win, you get all your stuff and all your money back. So our next call is to Anthony K. Kale, I got his phone number here, and I'm ready to give him a call if you're ready. Boom, he's ready. It never ceases to amaze me that we give people free orders. I feel like I should be used to it by now, but it's just so wild. You tell him, Mark, if he answers.
Who we calling?
No,
Hey, it's Anthony. Can't come to the phone right now. Call me back.
I'll leave Anthony a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Anthony. It's Nick Bonner from treestuff.com, along with Mark Chisholm from Aspen and Steel and Teufelberger, the 3-time world champion. He called to talk to you, but you didn't answer. And Cale Royer, who's head of technical matters here at Tree Stuff. And we just wanted to talk to you and wanted to tell you that you had an order. You paid $113 in exchange for some stuff, and you're a winner. You're going to get all your money back plus all your stuff back. And we're going to be giving away free orders for the next 2 weeks. So a little less than 2 weeks now, but for, all of next week. So you can tell your friends and maybe place an order yourself. Thanks for buying from us, Mark. Proof of life.
Winner. Congrats, my man.
Yeah, so you got Mark Chisholm on your voicemail there, buddy. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
He's like, who?
No, nobody in the tree game's like who.
Yeah.
He's going to be kicking himself. Mark, I'll let you tell our next person if they answer. It's Daniel, and he's a $1,080 winner.
Whoa, big winner.
Yeah, so we're calling Daniel. Hopefully he answers, and you let him know. It's $1,079. That Daniel, the name is very unlegible, too.
Daniel S.
Starting Street Service, this is Daniel.
Daniel, what's happening, my man? I don't know if you know me, but my name's Mark Chisholm. I'm a arborist for Steel, and I'm calling you today because I got word that you placed an order with Tree Stuff yesterday for about $1,080. That sound right?
I placed it today.
Oh, today? Oh, my bad. Yeah, so today. Well, the reason I'm calling, I got Nick Bonner on the line here and Kale from
Dan.
Tree Stuff, and
Hey,
we got to
talk
tell you.
guys. I'm a admirer of your both. So
Very cool, very cool. Well, listen, I'm an admirer of you now because you're the big winner of the day for me. Because what I got here is Nick told me that your $1,080 order is now free of charge, thanks to Nick and everybody at Tree Stuff. So, what do you think of that?
hell yeah, that's pretty great.
I thought you'd like that.
I'm not going to do a backflip because I don't want to land on my head, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's real cool, real cool. Yeah, I love hearing it. And I got to tell you, I'm super impressed that Nick and everybody at Tree Stuff supports our industry like they do. And I'm super happy to be on this call with you and glad to break the news to you, my man. So hopefully you appreciate
man.
it. Make sure you share that word with everybody and tell them what you just got and to support Tree Stuff because they're doing good things over there.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, man, Dylan, you got my vote in my business forever. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I was looking at it. I never win anything, so.
See,
Yeah,
everybody always
I'm
says
tickled,
that.
man. Thanks, guys.
Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? Are you own a tree service? You work for a tree service? What's your story?
I own this company. This is my 19th year in business. Up in my part of the country in the Western North Carolina mountains, people, it's not really a plant healthcare focused thing. Like people just call and they kind of want what they want and they're looking for somebody to do it. So I did cut a lot of trees for a long time and still do if it needs to be done. But we've kind of moved toward a really strong ethics and we don't, if I don't feel good about it, I just don't do it. So we do a lot of emerald ash borer control. I teach people about trees. I usually spend half an hour with my clients, like explaining about staying off the root systems and how human pressure kills trees and all that stuff. So I'm trying to teach people how to take care of them so we don't have to cut them down.
That's cool.
I guess our specialty is in crane work. I've probably got 2,500 hours of crane time doing hazard removal. Mark's probably got more than that though, but that's my bread and butter.
That's awesome, man. Well, that's cool. Hey, Daniel, were you at Arborfest when we were down there?
I didn't have time to go. I don't have time to do anything. I'm just working.
I can understand that. Sorry we missed you, man, but hopefully you get to the next one because it'd be cool to talk to you face to face. Sounds like we got a lot in common, you and me.
Yeah. Do you own your own crane, Daniel?
I have a knuckle boom on a truck, but we hire everything locally because you got the whole menu of, they got the operator insurance, everything, and you got 38 ton, 40 ton, 75 ton, whatever. If you need 130, they got that. So I don't, I begin to see it as a deal, that I don't have to maintain all that stuff. So
that's actually a really interesting thing. And I'm going to ask you for a piece of advice. Other than look at rentals and the kind of the deal of renting sometimes, would you have a piece of advice to offer to the business owner that's looking to expand into crane assisted removals?
Well, learn your rigging because it's really all about the rigging. Because the crane's probably going to be fine, and it's just how you attach and usually the tree's going to be fine, and it's how you attach the tree to the crane that typically is where I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what Mark has to say about that, but
I agree with you, Dan. I mean, you're right on the right track. I think
it's harder than it looks.
It is. I think you said it really in your first sentence there. It's about how you rig it that makes all the difference in the world. And I would only say the only other part of advice on the actual work is make sure you understand weights and measures, because I think most of the accidents happen because people just don't know how much things weigh and they just assume the crane's a 130 ton crane, so it should be able to pick up the whole tree, but you're 130 feet away, so what are you good for? So I think that's a big part of it.
We play. I've been playing this game with my operators as we did it. We had the Senna comm systems, and I play this game with my operators where we try to guess the weight of the piece, and every crane day, every piece pretty much. And so that's helped a lot. But like, I know my first few years in business, and then the crane guys up here will complain about other tree guys that will, just take too big of pieces or overload them or whatever. They're paying by the hour and they want to get it done faster. And then if the crane guy doesn't trust you, then you just screwed yourself. You can't fool them.
No, the scale's right in their cab. You don't know what it weighs, really. You know what he tells you or she tells you.
Daniel, thank you so much for sharing your insight that you've gained in 19 years in business. Congratulations on winning a $1,080 order. I am legally obligated to tell you that several dozen people have won twice within our free order promotions. So on a very regular basis, people they order again, and then we just give so many orders away because it's 1 in 10, right? That you have you have the same chance of winning twice as you do the second time is the first time, right? So maybe you try again. Just saying, just throwing it out there. We'll be giving away orders until next Sunday. So,
well, I'm feeling lucky. For sure. So.
Right. Hey, thanks a bunch, man. We've got more people to call. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Well,
Later, Daniel.
Appreciate you, Mark and Nick, reaching out to me today. Great talking with you guys. And
yeah, man.
Safe right now.
Bye.
See you, bud.
All right. Bye-bye.
Sometimes when we do this, Mark, we get we don't get good guests, or we don't get we get a lot of voicemails. And man, we're doing good today.
Yeah, that was I was happy for him too, man. He deserved that. He sounds like somebody's been dedicated for a long time, so good for him.
Yeah, I really enjoyed hearing about his arc. Kind of I think a lot of people do that, right? They get a saw, they get some trucks, and they go out and make money. They work as hard as long as they can, and a lot of times that's removals. And you hear about, and then people get far enough out, and they start to come back and realize, okay, maybe I should try to do something else, or this isn't sustainable, or and it was interesting to hear him kind of talk about that quintessential art.
We just got to do better at getting the message out to guys like him. Take a day off, come to ArborFest. It'll pay you in dividends. Just the way you feel when you leave there. Forget what you get monetarily or what you learn there. It's just the feeling going back to work. You're going to get rejuvenated. I wish I could drill that home to the guys like him.
Absolutely, the connections, and that's a great segue. Tree Stuff is doing our first ever West Coast event. And it's a new style of event where we're combining kind of what is really great about ArborFest and what's really great about our Jambo series of competitive events. And we're making a 2-day training festival, kind of state fair kind of feel thing with camping on site. You're actually going to be there, Mark. You're one of our headliners.
Whoa.
I wanted to tell you.
Make me nervous.
You're the first name on the list in case you didn't know. And you're going to be there speaking on behalf of Teufelberger, which is
that's right.
And you're going to be doing aerial rescue demos.
Sweet. Looking forward to it, man. Yeah, Treetopia is going to be a lot of fun. When you guys first were telling me about it, it sounds like a perfect mix and a fun venue, and it's going to be a great experience. Look at the names that are going to be presenting there, and I like the rotating schedule too. It's going to be fun to get out and actually listen to some of these other people speak, which is hard sometimes when you're trying to help out. You don't always have that ability, so it's cool.
You're going to be really surprised when the dummy that you're rescuing is actually me.
Oh no.
Well, I'm going to be taking selfies of me getting rescued by Mark Chisholm, live posting to social media and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll have fun with that one.
So yeah, that'll be fun. We're also going to have a live footlocking event. You've been to one of our events where we've done this. We do a low kind of 25, 30-foot footlock with no prusik, right? So you're just footlocking up the rope, and you're secured by an auto belay system, hanging from the crane or the building truss that we've set it up on. And it's fun. It's fast paced, and we give away $3,000 in prizes down to 20th place. So basically anyone that qualifies for the final walks away with a cash prize. It's pretty neat.
You're going to bring me out of retirement for that.
Who won? Josh Burr won, and did Burr win or did Jeff win? Jeff beat Josh, and they were doing it in like 5.5 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's a very quick thing, but it's different without the pressing. And when you're so fast like you have to hold on at the top and would like count 3 because the auto belay is not fast enough to like totally keep up with you. So it's interesting. Look, there's 2 more winners, and I'm going to try to get you off here by 4:30. Is that okay, Mark?
That's cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's at least call one more, and we can leave one for tomorrow. We've got Ian Field. We'll make one more call today. Ian won $365. Not a bad deal. And I thank you so much for coming on today, Mark. I apologize about the little delay at the beginning.
No sweat, man. Happy to do it. Am I doing this or you?
Oh, you.
Okay.
People like it when you do it.
I like giving people money.
Somebody's got to do it.
Hold on. Field Tree Care, this is Ian.
Ian, my man, I got good news for you. This is Mark Chisholm, the steel arborist, on with Tree Stuff, Nick Bonner and Kale. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Good, man. So I got good news for you. You placed an order for $365, and everybody at Tree Stuff thinks you should get it back for free and keep your stuff for free because you're such a great dude.
Hey, thanks. So are you Nick?
No, this
No,
is
I'm Mark.
Chisholm.
This is Nick.
I'm Nick.
Hey, wow, you guys are like famous. That's awesome.
Yeah, Mark Chisholm's a 3-time world champion, 21-time New Jersey champion, steel arborist, Teufelberger arborist, cask arborist. I literally could not name all of Mark's qualifications, and I run a desk 7 days a week.
That's awesome. Guys, I would pay what I paid in those boots to come learn from you too. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well,
those boots aren't even for me. They're actually for one of my groundies, so he's going to be stoked.
Yeah, and now you're going to get all your money back. And, you know, we are always out at events. We were just down in North Carolina at ArborFest, and both Mark and I and a large group of people will be at the Treetopia event in or in Northern California. Do you make it out to any of the large arborist events, Ian?
I'd really like to. I'm in the Pacific Northwest up in Oregon, and it's been really busy. We've been hit with some random snowstorms, so there's a lot of breakouts and emergency removals and a bunch of crazy stuff going on. When is the event taking place?
Treetopia is July 29th and 30th, and you can go to treetopiausa.com, and you can see our class schedule, all of our speakers, as well as get tickets or reserve a campsite. We'll have camping on site where you can, like, you know, pull up a truck or throw a tent or whatever, and it'll be like kind of like a Coachella, like festival training atmosphere feel. So it's going to be fun.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Wow, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. You're awesome.
Yeah, well, we think you're awesome. You know, if it wasn't you, like without you, the customer, we would just be like people that have collected far too much tree gear for our own good. So, yeah, we need you guys to stay in business. So thanks a bunch.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. Yeah, we're a new business, so we're just trying to, you know, get out there and get as much as we can done and get our name out there. So this is really awesome. This is really big help. I appreciate it.
What is your business
I have
name?
so many questions for you guys, but I don't know if this is the appropriate time to do. We're actually on a job site.
You can ask 2 questions.
Oh man, can I email you? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I don't want to waste my questions.
Yeah, you can email me. I'm nick@treestuff.com, and Mark is
Mark at Tree Buzz.
Yeah, Mark at treebuzz.com.
Wow, thanks guys. I appreciate it so much. Yeah. I want to articulate my question very well because I've been watching your videos and I'm like, man, I wonder if they did this or thought of that, or if I could use this in this way. And so that'd be really cool.
Yeah, fire away. You got our emails, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Congrats.
All right, bye-bye.
Wow, Mark, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule running one of the Northeast's most successful and rapidly growing tree services. Congratulations on amassing 600 new turf customers. That's awesome.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, Nick. Maybe the window is too bright for you there, but I don't know if you can see out there. But the guys are just starting to come in. You can see out the window. Can you see out there or no?
Yeah. How many men and women you got working for you now?
We're about 42, I think, total employees.
That's great. It must feel really special to provide a good living and a career for that many people, and to be able to just grow it and add more job security and more consistency through adding additional services. It's really,
Yeah, it's what it's all about. Honestly, it's about making this place better to work for next year than it is this year. You know, that's it.
you're like Beyonce for tree dudes. I just want to throw that out there. So,
Is that a compliment? I think it's a compliment, right?
oh, yeah, absolutely. You're like the Rock of tree guys, right? Everyone
Oh, I
loves
get
you.
that. I get that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm all good with that, buddy. You know me.
Hey,
Always
listen,
smiling.
thanks so much for watching. If you haven't placed an order, place an order. We'll be on pretty much every day for the next 2 weeks, every business day. Kale, myself, and a different guest. And we will be here giving stuff away. Tomorrow, we're going to have Chad Bray, or Chad Bray, depending on what part of the world you're from, on. And he is actually from A+, our event planner for our West Coast event, Treetopia, as well as a North American Tree Climbing Championship champion, amongst many other things. So, yeah, we'll be on tomorrow with Chad. Mark, thanks for joining.
My pleasure, Nick. Thank you, buddy.